thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been
Uno momento, people. Uno momento. Let me just sort that out. Right, folks. Hello, everybody, folks, and a good evening, afternoon to you all, folks, and welcome back aboard here, folks. Through us up. My name is Tom, bringing you the watch along tonight, folks. Everybody, for Liverpool as they take on Newcastle live in the Premier League. You do watch on the replay. Please do make sure you leave a like on screen, subscribe if you are new. Thank you very much indeed, folks. WH is here today. Kick off on the way for you at 8 o'clock in the Premier League. Liverpool are against Newcastle, and that is your 8 o'clock kickoff on this Saturday. Now, just before we roll into all the previews, let's just give you a little bit of a whoop whoop about that Chelsea 3-2 West Ham game where Chelsea were forced to come from 2 down in the second half, and they scored 3 to win 3-2. There was some late drama and over 100 minutes of football when it all led to Jean-Claire Todibo getting sent off for violent conduct. So one heck of a messy London derby, should we say? Messy? Slip and slide? I don't know. I haven't seen much of it. I'm not going to lie to you. But a good evening to Kate and Jonathan. Welcome back aboard to you. How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome on. And yeah, folks, I am still buzzing earlier after finally, oh my word. I mean, if you've seen the fan cam, you've seen it. If you haven't, you haven't. But it was so refreshing today. Arsenal were refreshing today. It was good to watch. It was a good win. And we needed that. I needed that. I was losing sanity watching my own club. Now I feel so much more loose, and I just feel a bit better about myself after that. Because seriously, man, we have served up some shit in the Premier League of recent. But today wasn't the case. The streaming sites weren't the best, but I still got to watch the match, and it was one where I do wish that I was there. But I'm just delighted with the opposition we've beaten, of course, because of their form and the way we did it, and the fact that our shit captain didn't play until 60 minutes. I didn't notice till about 75 minutes, but so refreshing. So refreshing. And seriously, like I said in the fan cam, could have been a right banana skin, that. But we move on. And Liverpool are against Newcastle. Liverpool will feel a bit refreshed, and their fans will feel a bit refreshed after a 6-0 victory on the final day of the Champions League against Qarabağ at home. A magnificent Liverpool display at Anfield as Liverpool beat Qarabağ by 6 goals to nil. Newcastle will also feel a bit refreshed because they have been a bit topsy-turvy with their results. They've had some bad results. And we thought they would have had a bad result against Paris Saint-Germain, but they didn't. Newcastle held out for a 1-1 draw and were highly competitive in the second half against PSG and a well-earned point. That didn't quite constitute them getting the full qualification to the Champions League knockout phases, but Newcastle are in the playoffs, so a positive performance in Paris, and Newcastle will feel probably a bit better about themselves going into this game. And it's not too far of a trip either, just across the Pennines. And just a quick look into Super Sunday tomorrow as well. We're going to get through to that now because we want to have a little look at Super Sunday tomorrow. A reminder for you, there is no Super Sunday tomorrow on Realltom Football due to a family celebration of a 60th birthday, which is on the 2nd of February. But we are celebrating tomorrow. And in accordance with making sure that you guys don't get let down by us and you are guaranteed something and don't lose that guarantee, we won't be covering any of Super Sunday tomorrow. But Aston Villa against Brentford, Man United, Fulham and Nottingham Forest against Crystal Palace make up your 2 o'clock kickoffs before Spurs against Manchester City takes the headline spot at 4:30. And the Monday night game where we return is Sunderland against Burnley, and kickoff is at 8 o'clock. Just a quick roll you through the week of next week as well. It is going to be a quiet-ish week, not as quiet as this week on Realltom Football. Next week, Monday, of course, we are live for Sunderland Burnley. Tuesday, I'm at the Emirates for Arsenal Chelsea. You may have Hazard, though, coming on to cover that game for you on a simulcast basis. Again, that is subject to confirmation. Wednesday, I will be here. Please wish me a happy birthday because it is going to be my birthday on Wednesday. And we will be here for the Man City Newcastle game as we settle the Carabao Cup final. And it will be Arsenal or Chelsea by a miracle, but hopefully Arsenal against Man City, probably, or maybe Newcastle. And then Thursday, Nudda. I will be celebrating my birthday on Thursday with my family out for a meal. So Thursday is the day I'm celebrating my birthday, but my birthday is, of course, on Wednesday. And then Friday, we have got Friday night football. I think that involves Leeds. Let me just double check that for you. It does, and they're hosting Nottingham Forest. Then it is going to be a quieter Saturday on the 7th, as I am back in my 3 o'clock rules and going to watch Arsenal Sunderland. So yeah, games you'd be missing, you would have been missing out on. You'll be missing out on Man United, Spurs, and Newcastle Brentford, the 2 TV games. But yeah, back into our usual rules. But it's an exciting Super Sunday. On the return of Super Sundays for Brighton against Palace, a A23 derby, if you like, big rivalry, and Liverpool against Manchester City is the 4:30 kickoff. Into the league table there for Liverpool and Newcastle, and Liverpool are currently in 6th. They are 2 points behind Manchester United, so they will need 3 points if they're going to move up the table. And 3 points will put them on to 39 points, 1 point clear of Manchester United until they play tomorrow. 2 wins on the bounce for them, and to within a point of Chelsea, and to within 7 points of Villa and City. And a point for them will put them on 37 points, and that will not be quite enough to do anything for them other than move them a further point clear of Fulham and Everton, the 2 closest teams to them, below them. Opponents Newcastle can move on to 34 points with a draw today, level on points with Fulham and Everton. Do remember that Fulham play tomorrow, but a +3 goal difference will see Newcastle move into 7th. With a point, but if they get the 3 points, they'll move on to 36 points, level on points with Liverpool, and of course Liverpool's goal difference will drop as Newcastle's rise if they win. So of course, yes, Newcastle could end up in 6th. Let's just quickly talk to the chat before we get. I will check into shortly. You will be there. I've gone 2-0. I've just gone 2-0 Liverpool. I've gone 2-0. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not as convinced as you are. But we'll see. I mean, look, I was going to give you the argument of, they didn't beat United at Old Trafford, but technically speaking, I think it's now clear to say that United have been better than Liverpool this season. And I know there's been some dodgy results involving United, but I do think that there is enough evidence to say that United have probably been better than Liverpool this season and probably will finish above them. So we'll see. But my prediction is a nice, just standard, really, Liverpool 2, Newcastle 0. Predictions for tomorrow: Aston Villa versus Brentford. I'm going to go for a bit of a shock there. It's not on Super 6 and it's not on the Ladbrokes 1-2-3, but I'm going to go Villa 0, Brentford 1. I'm going to go for a surprise because Villa are struggling in a minute, particularly at home. And they did get a bit wobbly as well in their game in the Europa League on Thursday. I could see Brentford potentially playing a really, really difficult low block and potentially nicking a win. We'll see. But of course, you have to be careful with Brentford and their predictions with them because they did lose 2-0 at home to Nottingham Forest at the weekend, which was a surprise result, but a really good result for Nottingham Forest to play Crystal Palace. And I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. I don't think Crystal Palace is stable enough for it to be a draw. And I think that Forest at home, if they've got the spirit, they'll beat Palace. And Man United, Fulham. If Man United weren't playing well, I would go draw 1-1. But I think United are playing well enough to back them for a win. So I'm going to go 3-1. And Spurs City, normally I'd back Spurs to win this one 1-0 or something like that. But I'm just a little bit kind of because of their home form this year. And maybe City will turn up. We don't know. So I've gone 1-1 for that game. And Sunderland Burnley, I'll go 2-0 Sunderland. Or maybe even 2-2, actually. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, Alisson is in goal for Liverpool at a back four of Dominic Szoboszlai. Why? Okay, so there's no Frimpong. Okay, Szoboszlai in the back four, concerning. Milos Kerkez, Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate and Virgil van Dijk. In the back four by the defensive midfield two of Gravenberch and McAllister. Behind the motorcycling three of Mo Salah, Florian Wirtz and Cody Gakpo. Hugo Ekitike leading the front. On the bench, it's Wataru Endo, Federico Chiesa, Curtis Jones, Georgia Mamardashvili, Andy Robertson, Trey Leone, Calvin Ramsey, Amara Nallo and Rio Engamoa. Yeah, they are a little bit short on the bench, Liverpool. I'm not going to lie. I mean, Szoboszlai at fullback does not convince me. I would probably be playing a back three. I'd adapt the formation. I don't agree with that at all. I'm sorry, but I don't. And I think maybe a 3-5-2 or something would be a lot more suitable. Perhaps you could put Gravenberch on the bench or McAllister on the bench or a Wirtz or somebody. I just don't think, in fact, you could put Salah. Yeah, I just don't agree with that at all. Nick Pope in the goal for Newcastle, a back four of Kieran Trippier, Malik Thiaw, Dan Burn and Lewis Hall. Playing behind a midfield three of Joe Willock, who had an excellent game against PSG as well in midweek. Really good to see. Sandro Tonali and Jacob Ramsey. And then the front three, Anthony Elanga alongside Anthony Gordon going in the middle and Harvey Barnes left. And Nick Voltemade is available. That, for me, is a little bit of a banana skin because I think Gordon's more of a winger than a striker. But we'll see. I mean, you've practically got two right wingers and a left winger on there. And I don't think that's healthy. Sven Botman, Jan Visser, William Asula, Jacob Ramsey, Nick Voltemade, Aaron Ramsdale, Alex Murphy, Leo Shahar, and Lewis Miley on the bench for Newcastle. Yeah, a couple of banana skins there with those teams. I'm not very convinced at all. Szoboszlai at fullback does not sit well with me. And also, two right wingers and a left winger making up your front three, Newcastle. When you've got Voltemade and this two strikers available on the bench. That is a little bit concerning from both teams, but Liverpool do have a bit more of an excuse to play Szoboszlai at fullback, even though they could adapt the formation, because they are missing Frimpong and they are short on the bench. Okay, on to TNT Sports then, where you can watch the match tonight. TNT Sports 1HD or TNT Sports Ultimate is the place to catch your action for Liverpool against Newcastle tonight. Once again, TNT Sports 1HD or TNT Sports Ultimate. And for those who have it available, also available on Discovery Plus. And folks, we have got that famous yellow monster back in the day. This was my favourite. Back in hand. It is, of course, the Ripper. And it's amazing. So Anfield vocal as they had a 6-0 win in midweek and they host a Newcastle side who had a really positive result after some wobbly form in midweek. Both teams bouncing back from midweek action in a positive way. Who will win as Liverpool take on Newcastle at Anfield? And like I say, Newcastle failed to beat United at Old Trafford, which was a bit of a surprise result. However, you have to say that United have definitely been better than what they have been over the past couple of years this season, particularly now they've got Amorim out. But can they do it at Anfield? Well, that most certainly would be a point towards the comparison between Man United and Liverpool this season. And one thing is for sure, by the fact United got a win last week and Liverpool didn't. You get the point. So, 6-0 winners in midweek. And the Anfield vocals are louder than ever. Newcastle are the visitors. And it is Jacob Murphy who gets us underway. Oh, not Jacob Murphy, sorry, Joe Willock. Here's Sandro Tonali for Newcastle. And Lewis Hall. Harvey Barnes, and that's going to go out for a Liverpool throw. Ekitike applying pressure. And it's come back off, I think, Malik Tiao, who was really tight close to it. It's good defending. Tonali nods it back into Nick Pope. Good distribution by him to pick out Hall. And Hall accelerating. He's got Willock and, ball through to Gordon's gorgeous. Can he pick out Elanga? And, that could have been... I think it might have, he was being tightly marked, Anthony Gordon. It may have deflected, and I think that's took the power off it a little bit because initially the way he hit it, it looked like it would have generated enough power to reach Elanga. I think there was a deflection to take the power away. But they do have a corner, and judging by the position of Ramsey, is it going to be a short routine? No, Ramsey's moved in field. And Van Dijk meets that. Picked up by Trippier onto Hall. And Simon Hooper has stopped play and is immediately urging medics onto the pitch because Joe Willock is down and did have a face of discomfort and still does, despite the fact he's now sat up. Well, let's have a look at this again. Not too much of a scramble in the box. Does he get caught by Canate? He gets caught by Canate. So Joe Willock receiving treatment after a great performance in midweek against Paris Saint-Germain. And it looks as though he's going to be coming back up to play and continue. A little helping hand up for the medic, but I think he'll be okay. Well, in the picture, Alexander Isak looking like an old man, growing a beard and all that lot. Rarely seeing action at the minute. But most certainly a man who the Newcastle fans will look at and not be particularly happy. But the Newcastle fans applauding Joe Willock as he is back up on his feet after receiving a blow from Ibrahim Konate. So about a minute stoppage there-ish. A bit more maybe, so that'll be all added on at the end of the first half. But we're into the 5th minute. And the throw is short. Tonali. Yeah, it's going to be out by Szoboszlai for another throw to Newcastle. But I think they could have been a little bit more inventive. I think a long throw would have been more suited in that situation. It was, in fact, a Liverpool throw in the end, not a Newcastle one. but picked up by Tonali well. And Gordon helps it onto Elanga. Elanga looking to stay. I think Elanga, he tried to pick out the run of Gordon. It was going to be always a difficult ball to play. I think Elanga should have just taken the shot on. And that's a miscue from the Newcastle midfield. And Florian Wirtz onto Mo Salah. Mo Salah into Florian Wirtz central, being blocked up. It's good defending. Gordon and Elanga cross over each other's paths. Gordon's the one who's got the ball. Trippier not too far behind. Is Trippier going to overlap? He is. Gordon's going to leave the overlap. It's a good ball towards Elanga, and he will chase it to try and keep it in. He has kept it in as well. Brilliant from Elanga to keep it in. Hall being tightly marked by Salah and Szoboszlai. In a tussle, and that is going to be a corner for Newcastle. Well earned as well by Hall. And really good work by Elanga to keep the ball in play, and then good work by Hall to get a corner out of that tussle, because he was being marked by Salah and Szoboszlai very tightly. So Newcastle corner from the left. First one wasn't too bad, but not the best. I mean, Arsenal are the best at corners, must say that. But other teams are learning. Sandro Tonali's deliver. Oh, it's lovely weight. It's a lovely, lovely. The dip was perfect on that. Burn. Oh. The cross was beautiful by Tonali. Just needed a better header. Will lead to another corner, though. Well, can the second corner from the right-hand side this time be as good as that Sandro Tonali one? Like I said, the dip on that Sandro Tonali delivery was beautiful. Bit higher, and most certainly caused Alisson a problem. His arms went like that. He went like a bloody starfish. It was dangerous. It was looking for a certain Dan Burn, trying to head it into the top corner. Newcastle's front. Not even sure he's taking it, but I can see Ramsey near the touchline. Well, it's been taken. Gordon tried the free ball. Was intercepted well. Tonali, wrong side of Wirtz. Needs help. Can he find it? He's keeping the ball, and he has found the out ball to get out of that situation. And it was aimed towards Pope, but Dan Burn retrieved it before it could get to Pope. Alexis McAllister is down, and his face, I think, is planted into the ground, so the game will have to be stopped. Yeah. In fact, he's holding his neck. Well, he looks like he's having a heart attack, Alexis McAllister does. Not going to lie. I mean, the only thing that tells me he's not having a heart attack is that the fact he's holding his throat. I think it was an elbow in the chest. I mean, he stopped holding his neck. He looks in a lot. I mean, he's one of those players who does go red very easily, but he has gone red, pink even. Well, Alexis McAllister back up, and Gordon warned for the elbow that struck Alexis McAllister. Game back underway. Newcastle have played well as well. Yeah, more of the forward play going towards Alisson's goal first 10 minutes or so. positive to see from Newcastle. That's a free kick. Joe Willock was being held. So, Newcastle free kick. It's been a lot of Newcastle this first 10, 11 minutes going forward. Plenty of set pieces. Trippier. Burn was jumping it. Yeah. Not the best connection, but Hall has picked that up. And he gets it back again from Gordon. He's wrong side of Szoboszlai. And is he going to win the free kick? He should win the free kick. He had his shirt pulled behind him. Should be a free kick. And in fact, he's given a free kick to Liverpool for handball. Szoboszlai at right back, though. Not great. Oh, Alisson and Gordon. Oh. I mean, the noise that Anfield is making tells you it's not good. He's closing Alisson. Ooh. That's not studs onto the ankle. Ooh. Ah. That is not good by Anthony Gordon. Yellow card. It's reckless, all right. Jesus, that is right on his ankle. Stud showing as well. Any higher, that's a red card. Serious foul play. Oh, my word. And that, for me, is your problem with having a speedy winger in a striker's position. Because strikers don't tend to be as fast as wingers more often than not in a team. And Gordon's just eager and filling that striker role when yet he doesn't need to because you've got Voltemada and Vissa on the bench. But that is a, oh dear. That could have been so much more than just a yellow card. Oh dear, oh me. Kirkes clears. And again, Liverpool can't really get it forward at the minute properly. I mean, they are getting the outball. They are clearing it into the Newcastle half, but they're not getting much play in Newcastle's half. The outball is mainly for Newcastle, and it's working. And Newcastle dominating the ball as well. It's been a great start by Newcastle because, like I say, Liverpool can barely build any momentum going forward. Virgil van Dijk. Canate. Most certainly the Anfield crowd will be a bit riled up after that Gordon challenge on Alisson. But like I say, I knew straight away, just by hearing the noise that Anfield was making, without listening to the commentators, that it was not a good challenge by Gordon. When Anfield makes the noise that it did, it's not good. Elanga. And that's Ramsey's header. Won't quite fall for Gordon. Can Elanga or maybe Trippier get on the end of it? Gakpo wins the ball for now. And he does speed past Tonali. Trippier behind him. Getting back at him is Joe Willock. What a recovery. What a recovery by Joe Willock. It's a great recovery. And Gordon's flick on. Nobody was there ahead of him. And yeah, look, this is what I mean. The crowd are getting riled up. Anfield's noise is elevating. And that's what I mean by, I know we're early doors, but the lion of Anfield is sleeping. Don't wake it up. Don't wake it up if it's sleeping. Kirkes to Ekitike. McAllister. Ball across the Sobbers line. Yeah, him at right back, I'm not convinced. Salah, good block by Hall. To be fair, Salah had 3 Newcastle players, all in a sort of a diamond slash half triangle. Half diamond slash triangle, right in front of Salah. He had nowhere to go. Canate, I tell you, he put his buddy in a bit of trouble there, McAllister, because he had Malik Tiao right up his arse. Tonali and Gordon both keeping their eyes on Gravenberch and Van Dijk, who play it back to Alisson. Alisson chooses a scoop ball for Van Dijk. And Van Dijk back to Alisson. Gordon applies pressure. Sideways to Gravenberch. And Kirkes was the target for that ball, but Elanga had it covered all day, and it comfortably runs through to Pope without a Liverpool touch in Newcastle's half. And Florian Wirtz, what a ball that is, by the way. And Salah on the stretch for it, couldn't get to it. Newcastle front. Yeah, first 17 minutes. This is a really interesting occasion because they've got it in them, Liverpool, but Newcastle have been playing better. And they are struggling to get joy out of their outballs into Newcastle's half. They're struggling to find attacking joys. Ekitike, though, first real Liverpool shot, and it's straight at Pope, but plenty of power behind it. Here is Kieran Trippier for Newcastle. Ramsey. Out to Willock. Hall behind him. Hall now overlaps. And Joe Willock chooses to go on. Should have played the overlap. I think you should have played Lewis Hall. Sometimes playing your overlap, even if it's just a 1-2 pass back to you, can be vital in an attack. And I criticise Arsenal players, Bukayo Saka, a lot for not playing the overlap, particularly when you've got players like Ben White, for example, who love overlapping. That's more when you see me talking about overlaps, when Ben White's playing and Saka doesn't acknowledge him. Given away by Trippier. And so Salah's through on goal. And he's got Ekitike running through the middle. He should have. He's got to be more inventive, Mo Salah. I need a replay. Roll me the replay, please, TNT. Roll me the replay. Here you are. What a ball. And Salah. He goes the wrong side of the defender immediately. Has he got the inventiveness to play that ball on time if Wirtz who's coming in? No. It's poor from Mo Salah. His decisiveness in that situation is ridiculously bad. Because he really could have put a straight ball through for Wirtz to just make a one-touch contact and pass it into the back of the net. Should have been better from Mo Salah. Kirkes, what a header. And Ekitike wrong side of Burn. And that's out for a throw, but for who? It is for Liverpool. That effort from Ekitike, powerful. First shot, straight at Pope, but that is exactly what Liverpool need to keep doing if they're going to get a goal against this Newcastle team, because the game's panning out, not in Liverpool's favour. Salah, wrong side of Hall, and he got blocked off by Hall. That's the second time by Salah. And Gordon has Canate and Van Dijk chasing him. He's going to face up with Canate, and that's going to be a corner with Harvey Barnes in the middle trying to play the ball across. And I think it was Van Dijk who got the final touch. Yeah, the one thing that saved Liverpool from Newcastle's attacking domination is the defensive experience in Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahim Konate at the back. Because if not, Newcastle could easily be 2-0 up right now. But again, this is a clear example of how weak Liverpool's midfield can be, because Newcastle are getting through with ease. And like I say, every outball, about 8 out of 10 of outballs for Liverpool are not leading to good attacks. They're getting intercepted, and Newcastle are recycling the ball and getting up the pitch. That's a good corner. Ooh, there was a deflection. Definitely. That was a good delivery again by Tonali. Yeah. So that's the second time by Tonali. What a delivery again. What a delivery. It's a fantastic delivery. Well, on 20 minutes, Diogo Jota is respected by Anfield. And he will never walk alone. That's way too high from Hall. Yeah, I much prefer Tonali's from the left. It's a poor corner by Hall. Way too high. Evades everybody. Goal kick. Waste. The Newcastle fans also applauding Diogo Jota. Lovely to see that. Ball to Florian Wirtz. Has Tonali behind him. Gravenberch. And Joe Willock was there. They have kept the ball, Liverpool. Konate has to be careful of Gordon's presence. Gets it to Virgil van Dijk, though. Nice first touch by him. And Virgil van Dijk out wide to Gakpo. Yeah, Gakpo's got the inventiveness to get round Trippier there. And Wirtz tried. I could see the idea. And that's a foul. Yeah, it is. It is. It's the right, and look, it will annoy Liverpool, and it's not a nailed-on foul, but it is the right decision by Simon Hooper, because Gakpo is twisting Trippier up, and it is a foul. So Nick Pope will take his time. Gordon being blocked off by Konate. Yeah. Good work by Konate there to hold off Gordon, because that means that it can just run straight back through to Alisson, because Gordon was the only one really who was going to be getting to that ball. About 23 minutes gone and going into the 24th minute now. And ball to Alisson here. Onto Virgil van Dijk. Back to Alisson. Yeah, just teasing Gordon there with these little back passes. It's clever when you've got a hungry, angry Anthony Gordon, who's a winger playing at striker today. Yeah, do play mind games like that on him, because that will help you out. Gakpo gets his head to it. That's not going to get to Kirkez. And Langer, has he got the strength? No. There was a tug on the arm by Kirkez, though. He's frustrated, and I agree. Yeah, I mean, Simon Hooper's pointing out the obvious, but again, it's a 50-50 foul. It's more to the discretion of the referee. And unfortunately, Simon Hooper, who we know can let games run, is not letting the game run, really. And that's why Kirkez shows his frustration. I wouldn't be surprised if he got booked there for dissent because he threw his arms up. Trippier, Gordon, lots of space, lots of time to make a decision. And Barnes has an overlap, doesn't need it. Cuts inside. Does he win a foul? Yes, he does. Gravenberch with the clip on the ankle, I think. I'll get a replay, but the spray's coming out from Simon Hooper. And a free kick to Newcastle. A little jab. Bit soft. So it's going to be a 1-2-3-4 5-man wall by Liverpool. Are they going to put a low block in? Are they going to put a low block in? Now, we know that Szoboszlai can hurt teams that don't put a low block in. But the question is, are Liverpool going to risk not putting a low block in themselves? And can Newcastle take advantage of that? Well, there is. Is there a? Is there a low block going in? Yeah, there is. And it looks like, I mean, it's a guess, but it looks like Cody Gakpo is going to be the low block there. So Trippier, Hall and Barnes are the three players in contention for this free kick. It's going to be left by Hall. He does get a touch and Barnes has hit the post. That's the closest that any side has come. Wow. What a hit. I mean, the Ekatike hit for the first Liverpool shot was excellent. That is excellent, but it needed a bit more bend. Hits the post. Great effort by Barnes. So close. Tonali to Ramsey. And that's going to be, is that going to reach Gordon? It gets a click off. That's off Gakpo. That is a corner. And he might regret conceding that, because I think the ball's going out of play anyway. And that's what I mean. If it only just skims on the top of your head, you don't want to be conceding a corner. I think this is Newcastle's 6 consecutive corners, Liverpool's none. I don't think Liverpool had a corner. Yeah, it's from the right. That's the one thing with these corners. They're from the right. From the right, I'm not convinced by Lewis Hall's delivery. In fact, Trippier this time. Oh, that's much better. And Thiaw got the contact. I'm going to get another one. And Trippier again. Personally, my preference is Tonali's deliveries on the left. But Trippier put in a good delivery there. Can he put an even better one in to get Newcastle an opening goal? Headed down and cleared away by, I think, Gravenberch in the end. Barnes being squared up by Wirtz. Hall's cross. And there's players going in for contact. There was one or two Newcastle players dragging their feet out to get a touch on that. Here, look. Lovely play again by Newcastle. Good ball in. And yeah, it's Malik Thiaw there trying to get on the end of that. And he comes so close. Alisson almost the odd one out, really, that situation. He can't do anything. He's sprawling his body. But the Newcastle players are all just jabbing their feet out to get one little touch to direct that goalwards. And like I say, Alisson is useless in that situation. Yeah, it's all Newcastle in attacking sense. It really is. And I mean, Liverpool have started to get forward a bit more, but there is just something about this. It's great. It's lovely to watch as well. Really interesting. It's well poised. And Trippier, forward it goes. And the press will be applied by Gordon, headed away by Van Dijk. Oh, Barnes, can he... Ooh. It's going to fall to Willock. It's going to fall to Willock. He's going the wrong way, though. Canate's challenge slid in. I thought he won the ball there. I mean, I want to see a replay. Simon Hooper's given the free kick. Canate showing frustration. Roll me a replay. I mean, Willock's in pain. Right, let's have a look. Does he... he gets... yeah, no, he gets Willock before ball. Or maybe he wins the ball, but the follow-through on Willock, I mean, he does wipe Willock out. I think he does get the touch on the ball, but follow-throughs can still be a foul. I think it's another one of those from Simon Hooper, but again, probably just the right call. He's not making the wrong calls, but he's making the 50-50 calls, controversially riling up that Anfield crowd. And Lewis Hall leaves it. Not a good delivery by Trippier at all. And then first time hit by Tonali. And straight into the cup. I'm surprised by how much Newcastle have attacked this game, but it's very interesting. That will be Liverpool's throw. Ekitike winning it. And Gravenberch for Liverpool. Yeah, the action areas, midfield and Liverpool's half dominating the stats. Kirkez, he's not got much room to manoeuvre, and that's what I mean. Elanga and Trippier doubling up. The doubling up defensively by Newcastle has been excellent to get themselves forward. They are using the doubling up method to properly just propel themselves forward. It's working. Lewis Hall holding off Salah with the pressure. That's excellent by Hall. It really is. It's such good strength. And Tonali gets past a challenge there. Barnes. Forward to Willock. Good touch. Good touch. Couldn't quite keep it in. Just dancing with a touchline at that final bit. And it just runs away from him. And like I say, when you are hugging the touchline with the ball right on the line, you've got to be so precisional with your ball movement. And unfortunately for Joe Willock, he just couldn't quite keep it in there, that final bit. Well, here's Virgil van Dijk for Liverpool. And Milos Kerkez needs a buddy to help him out, I think. Plays it back to Van Dijk. Van Dijk through to Wirtz. And Ekitike, yeah. Good filling of the gaps by Newcastle, because you would look at Liverpool and they'd normally find a little curved ball. They have got patterns about them, and yeah, Hall again. And who's that's going to be for the throw? It's going to be Liverpool's throw. Quickly taken to Konate. Back by Florian Wirtz to Ibrahim Konate. And Virgil van Dijk. Yeah, Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahim Konate taking their time. They are trying to slow the game down, but the potentness of Newcastle, displayed perfectly by their doubling up, is just not allowing Liverpool to slow the game down, because Newcastle are wanting to play a speedy game, and that's exactly what they will keep doing if they keep their doubling up method. The potentness is there from Newcastle. So corner Liverpool. That's the first corner of the game for Liverpool, and Mo Salah stood over it. Well, it goes. Pope, good claim. Good claim. I thought that was going to reach Ekitike. Good catch by Pope. And that's all. Ball through to Elanga. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of thinking of the Forest days there, but when you've got Elanga in that position, exactly what I just saw, yeah, that was always one of those where at Forest you would have wanted Hudson-Odoi doing what Elanga was asked to do there for Newcastle. Mr. B, Harry, welcome. What are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome on. Ryan Gravenberch for Liverpool. Ball to Salah. Lovely ball as well. Takes it down well. Has space to make a decision. Ball was going to be for Ekitike, but commanding goalkeeping by Nick Pope once more to get a firm grasp on that ball. And this attitude towards the game that Newcastle have put into this game, they need to display this at the Etihad. This is exactly what Newcastle need to try and do, because they are 2-0 down. This is really positive from Newcastle, though. Really positive. Gravenberch, though. Oh, chance. Twisting and turning. He took too long to get his shot away. Just shoot, is what the Liverpool fans are probably saying. I'm saying that. Yeah, Liverpool need to learn to just shoot sometimes. Virgil van Dijk for Liverpool. And Virgil van Dijk out wide to Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo into McAllister. Return ball. No, that's not a foul. No, by Trippier. Good defending. Absolutely not. There may be a little clip on the ankle by Cody Gakpo, but never in a million years are you getting a foul there, young man. It's a dive. Elanga. Burn finds Joe Willock. Willock, Harvey Barnes. Has he got the magic? Has Gordon got the magic? Gordon's got the magic! And the opening goal. And you have to say, it doesn't come of a surprise. Newcastle have been potent. They've been doubling up. They've been the attackingly dominant side. And they deserve the lead. And this is an example of what they need to bring to the Etihad in midweek. But a great start for them and a great game in the first start for them at Anfield. Liverpool 0, Newcastle 1, and Anthony Gordon gets the goal. And it has been coming. Like I say, Liverpool, at certain points in this first half, had it not been for Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahim Konate at the back, covering up for that weak midfield, it could have been 2-0 already to Newcastle. And Gordon, that is a lovely finish across through the legs of Milos Kerkez and picking out that bottom corner. It's a lovely finish. Very nice indeed by Anthony Gordon. Very nice way to take the lead. So back underway, Ibrahim Konate on the ball. And Szoboszlai. Yeah, I'm not convinced by him at right back at all. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few occasions where he'll try and dip into midfield, but not in this first half is he going to be able to. Because like I say, the doubling up work by Newcastle is preventing that, and the potentness of Newcastle combined with that doubling up method is preventing Liverpool from finding a lot of joy here. Malik Thiaw defending there. Great work. Liverpool corner from the right. Only their second or third of the game. And Mo Salah is going to stand over it from the right. Poor corner as well. Too flat. And he didn't beat the first man, Dan Burn. Back in by Salah. Konate gets a flick. Might fall to Ekitike. And it's one of those where I can't really give an opinion until I see a replay with that Ekitike one. Sandro Tonali. Gordon. Back to Gordon. Tonali. Lovely play. Trippier. Ball through. Gordon. Has he got the magic again? He's going to go. Ball across. He needed somebody there in the middle of the box, ideally, because he goes towards the byline. It's a good ball across. And if you've got somebody there ready to tap it in, Alisson ain't going to get near that. Well, ball out wide to Mo Salah. Down the right. Hall with the block. Falls back to Salah. Ball into the box. Diving header away by Burn, I think. McAllister tries to pick out Salah and never get in there. Brilliant defending by Hall. Gakpo lost out to Barnes, but Barnes didn't have the strength to beat Ekitike. And Szoboszlai slips it through. Mo Salah saved by Pope. Turn around the post. Corner it will be. Offside though, won't count. They're trying, Liverpool. They're trying. It most certainly will be frustrating for those Liverpool players and fans. But Newcastle's game plan of doubling up potentness is working. And at times, there may be a chink in the armour with more attacking play from Liverpool, but if you keep it up and you stay consistent with your performance and game plan in a game like this, it will come through for you. Ekitike into Gakpo. Salah. I think Salah should return it. Salah ricochets. Gravenberch. Wirtz. Has he got a gap? Ekitike 1-1. Cheeky but brilliant equaliser by Liverpool. And they had to be a little bit precarious and picky with their play. But Ekitike found that little gap. And it's 1-1. Let's have a look at the replay's goal. Ekitike, Gakpo and Salah. You think that something could happen. And not initially does it happen. But Wirtz with the play. And then that ball to Ekitike, who's the wrong side as well. But he cheekily gets it into the back of the net. And it puts a bit of a sweetness on the sour frustration caused by Newcastle in the first half. Great equaliser, 1-1. And here's it's Willock. Tell you what, he's having another good game, Willock, isn't he? Van Dijk coming through for Liverpool again there, though. Yeah, Joe Willock. He had a good game against PSG. He's having a good game here as well. Well, what a game this is. Corner's going to come in from the right. No, left. Sorry. So Tonali towards Burn. And that is an important punch by Alisson, really, because that was towards Burn again, who was ready to head that. And hoisted in. Burn won't be able to apply the effect that he would have been trying to do. And Ekitike, he's got time and space to do something. And Ekitike, oh, it's 2-1. Well, they've most certainly not been the best side in the first half. But Ekitike's found the quality to rescue Liverpool out of a situation that was precarious in the mix of frustration and a positive Newcastle game plan. And Liverpool turned it around before half-time to lead 2-1. What a game this is. And Ekitike makes it when he's got space. I said that. And then Thiaw sort of goes into his right, leans into him a bit, but he just takes the shot, almost ignores the fact that Thiaw's coming in towards him. And into the side netting by Hugo Ekitike for his second goal in a couple of minutes to put Liverpool 2-1 up. Work to do for Newcastle in a situation where the first half they've played way better than Liverpool, but Ekitike dragging Liverpool into the lead and out of a prickly situation. Gravenberch through to Florian Wirtz, and Ekitike could be on a hat-trick. Florian Wirtz. Should have gone for his shot, Ekitike, for the hat-trick is what I will say. He has got... This has been a fantastic game in the first half, Martin Fletcher. I mean, I don't know what I missed with the West Ham game. However, this is fantastic. Burn forward. Ilanga trying to twazzle up Canate. And we are into a minimum of 5 minutes of added time. 5 minutes in added time at the end of the first half. 5 minutes. One back by Szoboszlai in a positive area there. Oh. Dua. It will be going tonight. It will be going tonight because I've got a birthday celebration tomorrow, which is the reason why Super Sunday, just a reminder, is cancelled tomorrow. There is no Super Sunday Realltom football tomorrow. So yeah, we are celebrating a 60th birthday, which is on Monday, but we are celebrating tomorrow. And yeah, I will not be here tomorrow for Super Sunday, and I will be shaving this off to make myself look good tomorrow. But yeah. TK jumping for the header. I'll tell you what, earlier somebody said 3-3. Could well be that. Because I fancy Ekitike for a hat-trick, the way he's playing. Flurry inverts. Cody Gakpo in a bit of a twist and tangle. Kirkes most certainly didn't have the space. But he has got a clatter in there, and it's going to be a yellow card. I think it's for Jacob Ramsey. Yeah, it is. Doubling up from Newcastle. Potentness. That is what was elevating their performance and elevating their attacking levels. Well, Milos Kirkes still feeling the pain. His face planted into his arm. Maybe. Well, the Liverpool fans are very vocal, singing away, and it is a fantastic game to watch. The way this first half's gone, I could sit here and watch this all day. For once, we get a good game involving Newcastle. It's been a really good game to watch. Szoboszlai's free kick, and their contact is a flick by Alexis McAllister, but one in which makes him hold his head in frustration as it goes not into the back of the net. Slot's looking a little bit like, well, you can't see that he's happy. I don't know if he is. With that shiny, bold head and those nervous little eyes. You can't properly tell with the Dutch their exact emotions, really, to be honest with you. Particularly the bold-headed Dutchers. That's one of the things that we liked about Jurgen Klopp. The frowns, you could read Jurgen Klopp so easily. He was an open book to read when it came to his emotions. Virgil van Dijk. Yeah, he invited the pressure from Gordon Elanga, but so composed. Rarely does Van Dijk slip up. But they do have a mistake. Every human being has a mistake in them. You can be the best juggler in the world. You can be the best whatever in the world, but you'll make a mistake. Half-time whistle blown 30 seconds later than expected by Simon Hooper to end what has been an absolutely enthralling first half of football. And the half-time score, Liverpool 2, Newcastle 1. Can you believe it? By the way, Newcastle played to us that first half. Half-time score once again, Liverpool 2, Newcastle 1. What a first half. What a first half to watch. Great football, great game, end to end. More of the same in the second half, please. Absolutely. The Ripper is ripping beautifully. That beautiful yellow can. When I've got a yellow can in my hands, you know that I'm drinking gold. At least to my tongue, anyway. Yes, you are beginning to be gold. Although I don't particularly like the fact that I have to refill you a couple of times a day. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, you know. That's the one thing I'll say. I've got past the leakages, but you, mate, having to be refilled. Squeezing, I do squeeze the bottle quite hard, to be fair. I'm not going to lie. I'm sat there almost going like this, for example. And by the way, I'm sat there with the thing tilted like that, going like that. Really, just like, I mean, like, come on, go in. Yeah, that's basically me when I'm refilling this. It's like, and yeah, also that rubber little cap there is so awkward as well. Yeah, I mean, I'll get used to it at some point. But yeah, I'm sick of refilling you. I am. Like I say, it's roughly twice a day that I have to refill it now. Well, no, not now. It is. Because there's a line on the pod which tells me minimum before the coil might burn. So I have to keep it above that line. I mean, it's not a problem if the coil burns because I've got 2 spare pods, but you get the point. And this has lasted me a week, but I'd rather save money on the pods if I can, of course. So yeah. Precarious day of football, precarious device. Just awaiting the pundits to talk to us at half-time. Then, yeah, we'll soon be back on the second half. Don't worry about that. It won't be too long. I hope anyway. It won't be too long. I can only hope. It won't be too long. I can only hope. What's this? Live Golf? Golf done different on TNT Sports is what that advert just said. Okay. I don't mind a bit of golf, to be fair. Not the worst sport in the world. If you watch Happy Gilmore, you'll appreciate golf more than what you might have done before watching that movie. Happy Gilmore's a great movie, man. If you hadn't seen Happy Gilmore, you hadn't lived. I'll just say that as it is. Ooh, UFC. Volkanovski on versus Lopes 2. And midnight is that fight in the UFC. I won't be watching it. Goal by Gordon's. Through the legs of Kirkez. What a finish. Sits Kirkez down. And then Ekitike, the hero for Liverpool, not once but twice, turning the game on its head single-handedly, really. Bit of help from Florian Wirtz with the first goal. Yeah, good trickery by Wirtz, and then a cheeky, sneaky little goal by Ekitike. First one. And second one, just more individuality, confidence. And yeah, he's quite consistent, Hugo Ekitike. I mean, he's wrong side. He's got a bit of space. And he just uses his confidence. Doesn't care about Malik Thiaw running towards him. Does what he wants. Puts it at the back of the net, emphatically. Plenty of clips with 3 goals. And I can only hope that as TNT Sports take us into an advertisement break, that after that advertisement break, we get more of the same in the second half. Da, 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 da. Oh, cute dog. On the JQ advert. Cute dog. Yeah, wide-eyed. Panting and wagging his tail at the same time. Lively dog breed. What is this? An advert featuring orcas, a man and a woman looking at a TV with the orcas on. This is a Barclays advert. I don't understand the storyline of the advert giving relevance to Barclays. I mean, maybe it would be more relevant to Currys because of the fact you see orcas, then you see the couple, then you see the TV with the orcas on, and maybe Currys could use it to advertise a TV. I don't see the relevance within that advert to Barclays. And no, by the way, I'm not going to commentate on every advert I see because Walt Disney World advert. Fairy skip the soap. Just waiting for the second half, people. Not long to go. And hopefully the entertainment levels can stay the same. Because I tell you what, this stream has so far flown by. And that is what we like, really. And just a heads up on the bet slips. We've got £10 bar 25p, 9.75 in winnings. Coming back off fiver. And currently, Liverpool to win. Over 10.5 corners and Florian Wirtz to score is a £14.25 return off a £1.50 stake because I combined the price boost 50p and the bet builder £1 into this one pre-built price boost bet builder as a £1.50 stake, £14.25 return. And the Acca insurance will be completed with an £8.84 return if Liverpool get the win, because on it was Arsenal, Chelsea, Hull, Borough, and Liverpool all to win. So Liverpool win here, and the Acca insurance will return £8.84. Second half time. And we'll start to get the scoreboards back and they're ready for you, because our second half is going to be back underway very shortly. Just a quick advertisement on Alcaraz Djokovic, who's doing something tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. on TNT Sports. More replays of the goals. Here we are. The Ekitike one is what is being shown to us. Ball down the line. Brilliant. Ekitike. Confidence. Doesn't care about Malik Thiaw running into the side of him. He does what he wants, and he finishes emphatically. He will get a hat-trick, and if he doesn't, I'd be surprised, because he sat right on one. Attacking the Kop in the second half as well. We hope for more of the same in the second half. I think it's needless to say that, because that, for sure, was entertainment on tap. Here we go. And we're back underway. That's Harvey Barnes. Here's Jacob Ramsey. And that's Anthony Elanga. He's got Milos Kerkez chasing him. Elanga lays it off of Ramsey. And Sandro Tonali. Malik Thiaw onto Dan Burn. Now Lewis Hall. Newcastle just finding their feet in the second half, trying to get back to playing the way they want to. Played the way they want to for the first 35 minutes of that first half and barely put a foot wrong, but 2-1 down. Ekitike had a hat-trick. Work to do. Elanga. He had Kerkez close by to him, and his touch wasn't great. Nice long throw from Milos Kerkez. Headed contact by Gakpo. They lose the ball. Only for a split second, though. Willock trying to win it back. Szoboszlai gets the better of Barnes, but Barnes staying close by. And Gordon's going to try and get the ball off Van Dijk. And in the end, comfortably back to Alisson, who plays it to Ibrahim Konate. Alisson's got to be careful of Barnes. And straight out of play from Alisson. In the end. Darren Birch, foul by Darren Birch in the back of Joe Willock. Free kick to Newcastle. And it's Sandro Tonali who's going to take the free kick. I don't think you want to float this. I think you want a short routine, really. I think Newcastle would be better keeping the ball on the ground and moving it around. But it is going to be launched and floated. And comes back to the free kick taker, Tonali. Hall onto Joe Willock. Joe Willock's a cut-in field. And he's tried to do the 1-2 with Barnes. Didn't quite work out. Liverpool did have a lot of bodies back. And Ekitike will chase the long ball. And he does in the end get it via ricochet of the Newcastle defenders. Here's Cody Gakpo. Mo Salah lays it off. And Dominic Szoboszlai, needed to be a little bit more slick. Maybe took a deflection. Szoboszlai's not the man who I'd want. Coming on to that, to be fair. It's not really the type of finish that Szoboszlai does. Ekitike, McAllister. McAllister trying to find the right option to play when it comes to his pass. And Dominic Szoboszlai on the ball. Salah, poor again. His awareness. Losing the ball too easily there. Just playing it against Newcastle players needlessly. Tonali, Barnes. Joe Willock. Anthony Gordon. Picked up by Willock. Didn't quite have the trickery. Canate on the ball. Yeah, they need to try and suffocate Liverpool when they are at the back with the ball at the feet. Oh, and Ekitike's caught out Dan Burn, and he could go for his hat-trick, and he didn't have the composure. Oh. It just needs the tiniest little touch of a side foot. He needs to get that onto his right foot and just literally side foot it. Oh, Jesus. How has that not gone into the back of the net? And how was he not secured his hat-trick? I'm speechless to that. Yeah, Alisson, he has only got 8 seconds to hold the ball. He needs to realise that. Never going to find the run of Gakpo. Something for Gordon to chase, though, in a race with Van Dijk. And yeah, very rare that Van Dijk wouldn't win that race, although he has conceded the corner. But I don't think Virgil van Dijk will mind that. And not great. Not great corner. Too far to the right. Needs to be more central for Michael Petit. And Trippier floats it back. It's curled and it's dipped. Bit ping pong in a minute. Liverpool get it out. James, a good evening. Tonali on the ball for Newcastle. Evades everybody. Goal kick. Canate with the strength to prevent Newcastle from making more of that ball. Yeah, the weakness of Liverpool's midfield is obvious, and it always will be one of the weakest midfields in the Premier League. But when you've got Virgil van Dijk and Canate, experienced defenders on their A game and playing well, it can be a lifesaver for you when you've got that weak of a midfield. But like I said, if Newcastle get back to full speed, they will cut through that midfield of Liverpool. Is the next game for Bournemouth next weekend? At home, 3 o'clock kickoff. Yep. Well, I'll be at Arsenal Sunderland whilst that game is taking place. Oh, Gravenberch, nice turn. And Ekitike has got to be a little bit more composed here because he can get that hat-trick. Gravenberch. Cody Gakpo wide. See Gakpo do that a lot. Try to squeeze it. And normally, that is the outcome for Cody Gakpo. Tends to shine in the biggest games, Cody Gakpo. I mean, the Liverpool-Man United game, a brilliant United performance, but Cody Gakpo was Liverpool's standout player out of a bad bunch for Liverpool, really. Gordon always found that little pocket for Barnes. As Barnes got the trickery, he plays it onto Elanga. Oh, that's a corner. That's a corner. Flag up, though. No corner. See, Elanga, but I would love Barnes to make that running field more towards kind of in front of the penalty spot and just outside the 6-yard box for maybe the ball to be cut across to him, but nevertheless. Ekitike gets the head to it. Gakpo in a tight spot. And Gakpo wins a foul. Yeah. You see, Hugo Ekitike will have been preferring that play stayed open. Because I don't really see Hugo Ekitike benefit from set pieces. And if he's going to get his hat-trick, more than likely it's going to come from open play. Or maybe a penalty. But you would expect Mo Salah to take the penalty. Jason Tyndall, by the way, has been booked by Simon Hooper for something that I'm not sure of, but Simon Hooper knows what he's doing, getting more and more experience. Simon Hooper most certainly. So Szoboszlai and Salah. You see, Salah's gone away. It looks more for Salah for me there. That's a rubbish. That is rubbish. No. That was pants. Just shoot. Oh, they were playing absolute silly buggers there, Liverpool, with that free kick. Just shoot. That was absolute garbage. Ramsey in front of Ekitike. Ekitike. Yeah, I would have thought that there was a foul, but it looked like Ekitike was just about to turn Ramsey round and win the ball. Ekitike was on the edge of getting that ball and getting free. Still Liverpool 2-1 Newcastle. 58th minute, about to hit the 59th. We're now in the 59th. And Jacob Ramsey on the ball. Foul, yeah, play the advantage. Play the advantage, Simon Hooper. Let play go on. Tonali was advancing. Play the advantage, then give the booking. That is not good refereeing from Simon Hooper. I praised him, and I do praise him. I give credit where it's due. But I'll give criticism where it's due. You let the play go on. You play the advantage because Tonali's advancing with the ball at his feet. Then when play stops, you then go back and issue the booking. Free kick taken, and it's going to get a little head from Malik Thiaw. I didn't expect that to come so close. Big save from Alisson. And offside anyway on the left-hand side. Was the flag. Offside or not. Good head down by Thiaw. Good effort by Harvey Barnes. Gets the power behind it. And a good save by Alisson, but offside anyway. We now have hit the hour mark and we're in the 61st minute. And it is still 2-1. McAllister, no foul, got outnumbered. Ramsey, they've got a break on here, and if they can get it right, no, they didn't. Poor. Well, here they come. That was a bit of a mismatch. Gakpo, Ekitike, they were trying to... Yeah, they'll find that pocket for Ekitike, I'm sure. He's got half hour to get his hat-trick. Here's Barnes for now, though, and Hall just in front of Szoboszlai. Tried to dig out the ball, but he didn't have a lot of space to work with. He was a bit off balance. And in the end, it just goes sort of on a sort of diagonal towards the byline kind of goal effort and into the gloves, the waiting gloves of Alisson. Here's Mo Salah. Cute inside ball attempt. Florian Wirtz. It did work. And Wirtz. Tackled by Hall. Good chest down by Konate. Virgil van Dijk. Dominic Szoboszlai. Salah. Back to Szoboszlai. Van Dijk. And Szoboszlai. Gravenberch. McAllister. Out wide to the left. Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo. I don't think he's had a great game, Gakpo. Gravenberch. Here's Hugo Ekitike on a hat-trick. Szoboszlai. Out wide to Salah. Is he going to... He should have gone round Hall and to the byline there, Salah. Bit wasteful by him. Not utilising the space, not used his brain, Salah. Been quite a few occasions tonight where he's not used his head. Been a bit thoughtless with his decision-making, Salah, at times. This game. Szoboszlai to Virgil van Dijk. On to Milos Kerkez and back to Virgil van Dijk. Now Konate. And back to Virgil van Dijk once more. Milos Kerkez. Nice one-touch play. Langer with the tackle. Newcastle trying to find the out ball and that deflected off Milos Kerkez, who dived to block. Not sure if that was his intention, but he did. And it's going to be a Newcastle front. See if you can find it on the fire stick. Konate's header. Hall is the recipient of the ball at the minute in a battle with Konate, but Konate showed his strength. Outstrength Hall. McAllister, Ekitike, weird touch that. You'll have to wait. You'll have to wait. I'm sorry. If Cody Gakpo tried to pull it back, should have been more, really. McAllister on the edge of the D. Gravenberch leaned back when he shooted that as well. It might be, but I'm not sure. It's definitely under an F1 branding. Like the app's interface looks like a Formula One kind of thing, but it's not. And if I'm honest with you, it's a clever way to hide all that golden content, which is free of charge, of course. Harvey Barnes against Sobbers line. Joe Willock. Cross by Barnes. Comfortable catch for Allison. Overall, a good day, Allison, really. Pope to Burn. Yeah. You sent a photo. I'm going to be Milos Kerkez, Mo Salah, back to Florian Wirtz, who adds his name to the score sheet tonight. And if we're over 10.5 corners and Liverpool do win the game, then that will be an extra £14.25 on top of my current winnings balance of the day. Liverpool 3, Newcastle 1, Florian Wirtz. Have a look at the replay of this goal. Or Salah cuts it back to his teammate Florian Wirtz. Slick finish again. And Liverpool 3, Newcastle 1. And yes, we are over 10.5 corners. So if Liverpool get the win, this one will be a winner. £14.25 from a combined £1.50 stake, which is normally a 50p price boost and a £1 bet builder. But it's a pre-built price boost bet builder that is £1.50, returning £14.25. And it is a very good day for winnings because the ACRA insurance will also trigger for £8.84 if Liverpool do win this game. The other selections were Arsenal, Chelsea, Hull and Middlesbrough. Here's Barnes down the left. Joe Willock on the edge of the box. And Liverpool get the out ball. And here's Mo Salah. He's got a bit of space. Has he got the magic? Mo Salah, no. Side netting. Well, much more Liverpool second half, but great game still. Salah, though. Where's the magic from Hugh? We know he's got it in him. "21 minutes remain. What a game it's been." Something for Elanga to chase there. Konate alongside him. Kerkez joins in defensively. Elanga needs a buddy. It has an overlap and he uses it. Yeah, later, mate. I'm not checking it now. This is a great game. Hang on. Offside there. I'll have a quick check now. Offside call. I don't know if that is it, to be fair. Sports Fire. Here's Lewis Hall. Slipped down to Harvey Barnes. Has he got the trickery to pull Newcastle back into the game? No, he hasn't. Sober's lying his way in the end. No. It literally looks like it's an F1 format, mate. It literally has F1 racing tracks on its graphics. Like, it genuinely looks like an F1 app. You wouldn't believe that it is a TV movies app. Six. It was a bit buffery, mate. There was quite a lot of changing, but I did get enough coverage to be able to give a fan cam and all that. Like, that's what it's, and that's the thing as well. If I get enough coverage to be able to do a fan cam, that's a success. Like, I saw enough of the match to be able to do a fan cam, so there you go. Like I say, I saw enough of the game to be able to get the information that I needed to give a fan cam, so yeah. Baltimore's come on, by the way. Must have missed that, but Murphy, no. Well, just a reminder of what is coming up for you then. Super Sunday, there is no action tomorrow due to a 60th birthday party being celebrated across my family. It is a 60th birthday, which is actually on Monday, but we're celebrating tomorrow. So no Super Sunday tomorrow. Then I will be back on Monday for Sunderland against Burnley before the Carabao Cup returns to Realltom football on Wednesday, which is the 4th, and my birthday, where we will be live from Man City versus Newcastle after I have attended Arsenal-Chelsea on Tuesday. There is no coverage on Thursday whatsoever because I will be celebrating my birthday on Thursday, despite my birthday being on Wednesday with my family. And then on Friday, we'll be live for Leeds against Nottingham Forest before I return to the Emirates on Saturday for Arsenal against Sunderland. So, yes, 2 home games for me next week. Much better. Much better, Florian Wirtz. And, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, look, I mean, I hope that I never need to do it again. However, if I do, that'll be the way we do it. And by the way, just to fill Dragon Breath in on Twitch, if he's still there, earlier I had Hazza on Google Meet doing the streaming sites for me. so that I didn't have to fight with it. Because today, due to financial reasons, I had to break my 3 o'clock rule of attending games and cover the Leeds Arsenal game. And yeah, I had Hazard do all of the streaming sites for me on Google Meet. Yeah. So you're slot in. Oh, Salah. Oh, Salah's a club legend, mate. Salah is a Liverpool legend. A player who will get a statue outside the ground. Slow and steady wins the race. Excuse me. Slow and steady wins the race, mate. Slow and steady wins the race long term. Short term, maybe not, but long term, slow and steady wins the race. Sorry, just let me pause you here. Salah has said he leaves. Do you mean if he leaves or just he is leaving? So if he leaves or is leaving in summer, if slot no, okay, hang on a minute. So Salah has said he is leaving, not he leaves. He is leaving in the summer. If Slot is still at the club, though, so you are hashtag slot out. Got it. Well, FSG probably won't sack Slot for a long while. So with that, I would probably say that Slot would have to resign. I find it very unlikely, and that was a 50-50 from Gordon, that FSG would sack Arne Slot. It takes a lot, really, for FSG to make a sacking at the minute. And when you are a club where you've had a Jurgen Klopp, who you haven't ever had to even think about sacking, because he's just a love, but you know what I mean, a club legend and somebody that the fans love. As a board, you do get a little bit like, oh, when do I sack? Oh, do I sack? Oh, do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's exactly how Fenway Sports Group are. Similar to the Cronkies at the minute. Oh, well, I mean, I don't know if you get 200 million, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm not here to get involved with that. Yeah. But financial fair play might have something to say about that. $200 million is a lot. I don't know. How is your financial fair play status? Because you've spent a lot of money in the last window. Yeah, just watch out for financial fair play there. That's all I'd say. Tonali had a go, blocked. Yeah, that's all right then. And so are we as well. We are... Yeah, we almost aren't even on the radar of financial fair play. We have got, in the sense of money, good ownership. I mean, our money is all very natural. It all comes through sports. Basically, we drink money away from the NBA because our owners are massive stakeholders in the NBA, the Cronkies, and the NFL a little bit as well. So we practically suck money out of the NBA and the NFL. Because Arsenal takes about 75% of the money that the NFL and NBA clubs and Arsenal combined have. And Arsenal doesn't share its money with the NBA or NFL clubs. So yes, we are taking money away from the NBA and the NFL. I don't know how the American fans of the NBA clubs owned by the Cronkies or the NFL clubs owned by the Cronkies feel, but yeah, like I say, Arsenal does take money away from top man. I don't know who the Cronkies own, but like I say, the fans of those clubs or whatever may be a little bit like, well, hang on a minute, why are Arsenal Football Club drinking? Yeah, but see, Arsenal is their main asset. It's the biggest asset, but it is Josh Kroenke who controls Arsenal. Remember, Stan Kroenke and Josh Kroenke are father and son. Stan Kroenke has the money and owns it all, but Josh Kroenke has full control of Arsenal. So yes, Josh Kroenke is technically our owner, but he does not own the club. He is the controller of the club. Stan Kroenke is the owner, but like I say, Stan has put Josh in full control of Arsenal, and Stan decides where the money goes, and Josh also has a say. And yeah, like I say, we take money away from the NBA and the NFL clubs. We'll have to find out, because it's a good app. It's a good app. It has everything. There isn't a movie that we could think of that it didn't find. Also, the same for the TV channels. And there was no buffering or anything like that. Yeah, you don't have to pay for this. This platform that my granddad's got, you don't have to pay for it. It's free. And it is literally more diverse in its content than Netflix. Boston Red Sox, currently the biggest baseball team in the world. We take money from yeah. How much though? Because like I say, we take 75% of the money away from all of the NFL and NBA clubs combined. So all of their money is put into one pot. We take 75% and they get 25% to share. And then we don't share any of our money with them. So the NBA and the NFL clubs don't get any of our money, but we take 75% of their money. And that tells you just how rich our owners are. Because the fact of the matter is those clubs can survive on 25% split between, I think it's 3. Yeah. How much is it though? Per month? Five minutes to go, by the way, in this one. Van Dijk. Cases come on, and he was blocked off by Hall, and that's a good challenge by Curtis Jones. Oh, here we go. Coughing and spluttering a bit. Don't mind me. Yeah. I wouldn't pay that. Not for something that I wouldn't really need. Yeah. Nah. It wouldn't be something I'd need. I mean, for you, maybe. For me, no. See, instead, what I would do is I would put at least £11 a month now into Trading 212 or one of the apps that I do choose to use. At the minute, I have just got started on Trading 212. But yeah. Okay, that is a lot. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if I've got the right one, Trading 212, to be fair. But the reason why Trading 212 was the choice was because I've seen adverts for it. The debit card was an enticer. And then I saw a YouTube video with a promo code for a free share worth £11. Or, well, a free share worth anything. Mine was £11. So that's why I've started on Trading 212. But I did do a Google search earlier on which one might be the best for beginners. And is Trading 212 no. Google did not say that Trading 212 was for beginners. So yeah. But Trading 212 has generated me around a tenner. So can't complain with that. And the £11, by the way, that I was trading with, which I've now obviously dropped down to about £3.80 because of a plummet yesterday on one of the highest growing share stocks at around about 9.32. That, until it's gone, cannot be withdrawn until the 1st of March because it is bonus shares. So basically, only the profit on top of what you invest out of that up to £11.07 is what you keep, because obviously the £11.07 is the, you know, the free share being sold back as money. I mean, that is risky. To be fair, I'm not going to lie to you. That is a risky move, buddy. The reason why I'm saying that to you, is because Man United under Carrick look wow. And I mean that. They don't look like they're slowing down. And the thing is for you is that you are still vulnerable and you probably will be losing games. So that is a major risk. And I would love to know how much that £500 bet would be returning, because I can imagine that the odds are quite out of Liverpool's favour with that. I mean, it's risky. It is risky. It is risky. That's all I'm going to say. It is risky. Like I say, Manchester United, the way they're playing under Carrick, it is risky. For now, but if United keep winning games and Liverpool get one defeat every hour now and again or drop points, that'll soon change. 5 minutes at a time, by the way. Never. Never. No. If United want to beat Fulham, and under Carrick, the way they're playing, they will beat Fulham. That's the thing. They will beat Fulham tomorrow. It's probably the result that I am most not in doubt of, to be fair. Because, like I say, United under Carrick, the way they will... you see, it's normally a draw, but the way they're playing under Carrick, they will beat Fulham. I'm sorry to break it to you, but they currently are unstoppable. And by the way, you are talking to an Arsenal fan who has just suffered a home defeat to them last Sunday. And, well, it's now a 3-goal defeat for Newcastle, who played excellent in the first half, because Konate gets the final say, and it's 4-1. Well, what a great game it was, particularly in the first half. But Liverpool, in the second half, get a 4-1 win. And Konate has the final say. He's had most of his say tonight in defence with Virgil van Dijk. He's actually crying right now, Konate, and getting an embrace. I'm not particularly sure why he is crying. I mean, I don't particularly have a knowledge as to something that may have caused him to cry there, but clearly means a lot for Konate to score that goal and add that contribution for Liverpool. And I'm just listening to Darren Fletcher, and I now understand. So he has had his father recently died. That's what's going on. Thank you, Darren Fletcher, for telling me that. Because otherwise I would have been in the dark as to what caused Konate to cry. Well, that's 10 goals to 1 in the last 2 games in the Champions League and Premier League. At home, 6-0 win in midweek against Karabakh, and now a 4-1 win, at least, against Newcastle. Probably will be the same unless they can get one more attack going now before Simon Hooper blows his whistle, which you would expect is due any time now. And Liverpool fans in no rush for anything as they sing "You'll Never Walk Alone" whilst the match continues in its final stages, and those fans can be assured that victory is theirs. You are a little bit late, Diana, but no worries. And we have gone almost a minute over the 5 minutes added on, but there's the final whistle on what has turned out to be a fantastic night for Liverpool. After a precarious first half, one in which that was entertaining and Newcastle dominated, attacking it for 35 minutes. In the end, has turned out to be a 4-1 win for Liverpool over Newcastle. Ekitike rescued them from a goal down in the first half to 2-1 up before half-time and 2 more in the second half to get a final score of 4-1. Final score, Anfield, Liverpool 4, Newcastle 1. But Ekitike, how did you not get your hat-trick? And Ibrahima Konate is all smiles after crying because of scoring a goal and having the final say for Liverpool tonight. And it is in memory of his father, who has recently passed away. To my recent and newly found knowledge, that is the reason why he was crying. So I hope that he is okay, and I'm sorry to hear that his father's died, and what a moment for him. And Newcastle, a great first half performance, but it's a sore one in the end by the scoreline. And they will have to pick themselves up again and deliver everything they've got in the tank out of the Etihad on Wednesday, my birthday. Final score, Anfield, Liverpool 4, Newcastle United 1. And folks, that does wrap us up for today's Saturday. And it was a tremendous victory for Arsenal, a 4-0 win away to Leeds, a Leeds team who have played very well recently and have been in form, but a really positive performance with no Odegaard in the starting 11, no Masaka in the team after an injury in the warm-up, and the 3 points could not have been needed more today, and we got them in a great style. And most certainly, if you want more reaction and more detail to my thoughts on Arsenal's 4-0 win at Elland Road, head over to the videos tab on YouTube and select the most recent fan cam that has been uploaded for you. And that is available for you to watch right now, that fan cam for Leeds 0, Arsenal 4. But from here, from me, it is just about the end, folks, of this Premier League weekend. All bar one more game on Monday when we come live to you for Sunderland against Burnley. But there is no Super Sunday tomorrow due to a 60th birthday party being celebrated by our family. And that 60th birthday is happening on Monday, but we are all celebrating on Sunday, which is tomorrow. And so with that, I cannot guarantee you any coverage. And so I've decided to just not include any coverage in the day to avoid guarantees not being met. So back on Monday then, and that will be Sunderland against Burnley right before I go to the Emirates for Arsenal-Chelsea in the second leg of the Carabao Cup. And after the Sunderland-Burnley game, our next live stream will be on Wednesday, which is my birthday. And if that is when you next join us, please do wish me a happy birthday as we go live for Man City against Newcastle. But until then, Sunderland against Burnley on Monday. But thank you for watching and have a good rest of your evening and enjoy your Super Sunday tomorrow. We will see you all back here on Monday night for Sunderland as they take on Burnley. Bye-bye, folks.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.